Welcome to Musings of an Extrovert. I hope you've had an awesome break and welcome to Season 2, Episode 1, A Nerdy Muse. Here we go. Cue the theme music. Well, I'm so glad that you've tuned in today and you listened to my theme music for the first time. Yeah, not the first time in forever, just the first time. It's so exciting. I get to do this all the time, which is so fun. I've gotten so accustomed to making this podcast and coming and sitting and just talking and just sharing my thoughts. I originally set out to do this not to be like super in depth or super profound in any way, though I wouldn't toot my own horn and say that I have been profound. I have at least gotten a little bit more deep in some of my talks. If we recap last season, I mean, we talked about the importance of definitions of words and how people having common definitions across words make for better communication. And I think our world desperately needs a reminder of that. We've talked about technology, particularly the head-to-head between Apple and Android. Android wins all the time. We talked about tacos, which was part of the Muse about words, and then it was also part of a ton of other muses. Now that I think of it, talked about tacos a lot. I really like tacos. I don't know if you like tacos. If you do, leave a comment on your favorite taco. And yeah, before we keep going, like and subscribe. Please, 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 if you can, ring that bell and hit the like button. And yeah, I'm excited to keep making this content for you. I hope you're excited to keep getting the content. So, yeah, like and subscribe and stay up to date on what's going on with Musings of an Extrovert. So, today we are going to talk about some nerdy muses. I am a math nerd. I love numbers. I work in business. I work in marketing, and not a lot of people think that there's a lot of numbers in marketing, but in the kind of marketing that I do, there are a lot of numbers. Performance marketing, it's an area of marketing that is different from other areas of marketing. Namely, it's not as much of a creative area of marketing. It's not as much of a written area of marketing, copy and whatnot. Actually, I was very impressed with myself that I could even make my logo. That was the first time I made a logo for myself, and it was Canva. So thank you, Canva. I really appreciate it. This is not sponsored by Canva. Though if Canva wants to sponsor me, I would be happy to take a sponsorship like that. That would be awesome. But yeah, I made my logo on Canva, which is like, anyone can use Canva, but even me, I kind of butcher Canva. So I was really impressed that I actually came up with my Musings of an Extrovert logo. I hope you guys like it. But yeah, this muse is going to be about nerdy things like numbers. So for those of you out there who don't know much about marketing, there are certain terms that float around the world of marketing that people don't know about. They don't know what they mean. They hear them and they're like, oh yeah, that's something in marketing, but they really don't know much about it. So I'm going to teach you a little bit about what those terms are. So the first term that I'm going to share with you is the term PPC, not PCP, for whoever thought PCP. It's not PCP. It's PPC. It stands for pay per click. Then there's also another term that floats with the term PPC. It's not necessarily the exact same thing, but it is joined with it. That's CPC. That stands for cost per click. So your PPC is the actual product, and the CPC is the cost of said product, namely a click. So what is PPC? What is pay per click? That is a whole world of marketing. That is the world that I enjoy and that I get excited about. It is what it sounds like. You're paying, the buyer is paying per click. And this term has come to encompass a couple different areas of marketing. When you think about things like Facebook, like Google, like Bing, TikTok, some of these areas of these social networks, these platforms, they have their own advertising, and the advertising all looks different. It's all it's made by whatever the company is that owns the platform. So for Google, they have different styles of their marketing. So you have a couple different types of styles in Google. Namely, you have your search ads, you have your display ads, you have discovery ads, and you have your video ads. And all of them actually are some form of pay-per-click marketing. Some of them kind of dive into a different world. They fit under a big general category called programmatic buying. But pay-per-click is, again, kind of one of those big overarching terms, and it means pay-per-click. So, for instance, probably the most pure form of pay-per-click is search engine marketing, and search advertising, particularly within the world of search engine marketing, which if you ever hear SEM, that's what that stands for, search engine marketing. So when you go on Google and you search Musings of an Extrovert, I am not currently running ads, so you're not going to find my ads running when you search that particular term. However, if I start running ads in the future and I start bidding on the term Musings of an Extrovert, I can show up at the top of the page of Google, and I will be the first search result. And right next to that search result, you'll see something that says ad, and that is a pay-per-click ad. So right now, if you search it and you just see the name, doesn't cost me a thing. It didn't cost you a thing, didn't cost me a thing. If you go ahead and you click on that, depending on how many people are bidding for that top spot in that moment, in those 0.62 seconds that you searched for that particular search term, search query is what it's called in my world, that winner, so me, I won the auction and I got at the top, I have to pay a certain amount if someone actually clicks on that link. So I'll say, I don't know what the actual cost per click for it would be, or what an average would be for that particular search term. I doubt that many people are bidding on Musings of an Extrovert. So I'm going to say it's like, 10 cents, 15 cents, maybe 30 cents. I don't even know. But it could be anywhere in that range, or it could be $1. There might be a lot of people, searching for particular parts of that phrase. But let's say you typed in the exact match of a phrase, Musings of an Extrovert. I doubt there's many people bidding for that. So I might be in that range. But I mean, cost per click can go skyrocket. It can go as high as you want. It's an auction. So if there's enough competition for that spot, theoretically, you can get to tons and tons of money. I mean, theoretically, you can get into billions of dollars, but that's theoretical. That's not actual. I doubt anyone's ever gotten to that point. So, all that said, PPC stands for pay per click. Other things that kind of fit into this PPC world. So you have things like your Facebook ads. So if you ever go on Facebook, you'll see ads on the right hand side. You'll see ads on the in your feed. You'll also see ads when you're watching a video. You'll see ads when you go through your story. You'll see ads on what else? You'll see ads in your marketplace. You'll see ads in partner networks. You'll see ads in a bunch of places. And typically they're going to have an image with some line of text with them. And when you click on the ad, it'll take you to someone's website. Facebook isn't really pure PPC, though a lot of people will use PPC to encompass Google, click marketing, and then Facebook marketing. It fits more into a display world, display programmatic world, but it is very much still within that same realm and that same world. It's part of the digital marketing world at large. So your Facebook ads, you actually get charged on CPM basis. So what does CPM mean? Marketing is just full of all of these acronyms. CPM means cost per thousand, M standing for the small milli number, which means thousand. CPM is a way that you actually, in all of marketing at large, if you are buying TV ads, if you are buying radio ads, if you're buying even billboard ads, anything that has a display with it, you're probably getting marketing done on a CPM basis. Your TV or radio station might be giving you, hey, we gave you this contract for a month and you get 5 radio ads with it, but it'll cost $5,000 and we're giving you 500,000 impressions with this. Obviously, there's a lot of questions that go into it. Let's not get too far into the weeds on how accurate those numbers actually are. But essentially, if you're getting 500,000, you're paying $5,000. That means per thousand, you are spending probably $1 per thousand. Is it $1 per thousand or is it $10 per thousand? 500,000, 5,000, you got to multiply times 100, so it's $1 per thousand, something like that. I am not great at doing math on the fly in the moment, but if I got a calculator, I could figure that CPM out for you real quick. But basically, the essential thing that you have to know for CPM is its cost. So whatever amount of money it costs for a group of 1,000 impressions. So if you have 500,000 impressions, then you divide that by 1,000, and then you can divide the money into whatever that number is, because then you'll find how much you are spending per 1,000. So it's a way that we in marketing can compare across different types of marketing. CPM, cost per 1,000. Then there's display advertising as a whole. Display advertising and programmatic are kind of the two that are like super hand in hand. When you say programmatic, typically people are thinking display advertising. And display advertising are those annoying banners that you get on the bottom of your screen and right on the right hand rail. Those are display programmatic ads. These are fun. These are also kind of on a CPM basis. When you're buying programmatically, you're getting them on a CPM basis. These are kind of a mid-funnel tactic. And when I say mid-funnel, I'm talking about a funnel. So think about a funnel like that, and think of the top of the funnel being like a big open mouth, and there's just food raining from the sky, and you are gathering up all that food. However, you can't eat that food unless it touches the teeth, and the teeth are kind of in the middle, and the teeth are starting to make it able to be swallowed, and then you get to the bottom of it, and those, now that's ready to go in and give you nutrients, and the nutrients are actually what keep you alive. Well, for a business, that's the same kind of thing. The top of the funnel catches the people who are, they don't even know the brand very much. They may have never heard of the brand, and you are getting them to know it. It's called demand generation. And then the middle of the funnel is when you are actually working that person who has now some knowledge of your brand. They are becoming more knowledgeable. They get to know a lot more about it, and they're ready to go and look at your store and actually be a person who walks into your store. And then at the very bottom of the funnel, now those nutrients are ready. That person who didn't know your brand at one point now knows your brand. That person who wasn't quite sure whether or not they even wanted to interact or do anything with your brand, that person now has interacted with your brand and is ready to be converted and to actually buy whatever the product is that you have. This is very important across all industries. You have to know your funnel and know what it is that you need to do in order to get them to that conversion, because getting them from the very top of the funnel to the very bottom of the funnel, if you don't do things in between that time, you're not getting them there. If you don't do anything to get them in the top of the funnel, you're not going to get more of those people. So it's a really, really important part of marketing. Yeah. So know your funnel. So that'll conclude my nerdy muse today. I'd probably go into this a little bit more. And actually, I'm thinking about probably doing like a class where I'm teaching on all of these different things. And I might get like myself a whiteboard and, do some stuff with that. So if you'd like to see content on marketing and learn more about marketing, I'd love to talk more about it. So leave some comments, some reviews, and we can talk about doing something like that. Yeah, that's all I have for you today. This is the first Muse of season 2, episode 1. I'm so excited. I'm on season 2. And I got some exciting stuff coming for you. So I will probably be doing a couple interviews this season, and those are going to be fun. So I hope you can join me for those. And I hope you have a wonderful day.